Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kristen and I love to craft. Today we have a very exciting video. We are doing another card collaboration with Jen over at Jenny Lynn Handcrafted, and I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and take a look at her card. And this is going to be our Father's Day collaboration. Oh my goodness, look at that. She did a stencil on the top, it looks like, and there are different colors in here. And she also did some heat embossing. That is really pretty. Oh my goodness. And I love the way that she does the back of her cards. She puts her name, and I think that she has a tutorial on how to create those stickers. Let's take a look at the inside. I know she always puts greetings in there. Yep, and she did. That is so pretty. All right, so let me go ahead and grab some supplies and I will be right back. I took some time, gathered some supplies. We will be first starting out by scoring our card, and this just makes it easier to fold in half. And so this is 4 1/4 by 11, so we are going to score it at 5 1/2. So let's make sure that our paper is on there correctly. Then we're going to take our tool right here, and we are going to go in at 5 1/2, which is this mark right here. Press down, and then we can fold it in half. And then I also like to take the tool and go over the top of it just to make sure that it stays flat, just like that. So now we can go ahead and set this to the side. I also have a scrap piece of cardstock. Let's go ahead and trim this down as well. So I have my paper trimmer here. I did pick this one up from Hobby Lobby, and it has been great using it in my craft room just because it makes paper cutting so much more easier. Okay, let's see if we trimmed it down enough. And that looks great. So I trimmed down the edges just a little bit. I don't want to trim it down too much, but let's go ahead and set the paper trimmer to the side. I have a bucket of washi tape here, and I picked this container up from the Dollar Tree years ago, but they still carry them every single time that I go in there. So if you're looking for a good container for your washi tape, this is perfect. But I have all different sizes in here. So we have like a thick one, a smaller one, a really skinny one. So I kind of want to implement those in the card just to create a design on here. So what I'm going to do first is tape it down, and I think that if I line it up on my glass mat just enough, we can go in with maybe 1/4 of an inch. So let's line it up there and there. And then I'm also going to do that to the top as well. Okay, I grabbed these ink cubes because I wanted to show you guys how I store mine. So these are universal holders for ink cubes, and I found them on Amazon. They are perfect. Your ink cubes stay very secure in here. They don't fall out, but they just have a little gap in here, and it fits nicely in there. I have Gina K Designs, Concord and Night, a few different Amazon brands, and they all stay within the little grid lines on here. But today I think that we should go in with maybe a light blue. So I'm thinking maybe we should use Morning, and these are Simon Says ink cubes. And then I think that we should also go in with maybe Dublin. I think that these are kind of a lighter shade of the green and blue, and I think that that is going to be what we implement from her card, along with a design that we just kind of tape off with our washi tape. So I'm going to go ahead and set these to the side, and let's just kind of create our own little design here. I don't have any stencils on hand. That's one thing that I just have not added to my craft room yet. I really want to. I have a few different ones picked out. So I'm definitely going to maybe go to Michael's this weekend and pick up a little pack that she showed on her video. If you have not seen her video, again, it will be linked down in the description box below. So don't forget to check it out. Maybe we can implement lines this way as well. That might be cool. Okay, let's put in another one about right there. And then I think we want to add maybe a smaller one in as well and put it about right there. All right, and then I think that might be all of the grid lines that we are going to be adding in today. And what I like to do here is open them up. And then these are clean, they're just very stained. But I like to dab into the ink cube, dab onto my glass mat. We're going to start off with the green. I want to work diagonally, and we are going to meet in the middle with blue and green. And then we are going to blend it out within the middle. So again, let's go ahead and dab off and then blend it inward. Okay, so we have it blended into there. Now let's go in with the blue. And again, this is the shade called Morning, and the other one was called Dublin. So I'm going to dab in the ink cube, dab off on the glass mat, and then bring it in. So now it is a very light shade of blue here. You might not be able to see it on camera, but I'm going to take both brushes and just alternate and keep going over the line. That way that they kind of mix together a little bit more. Okay, so I'm done ink blending. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the little area here, and I will be right back. Okay, so I think that the most rewarding part with ink blending is removing the washi tape. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and this is how our ink blending turned out. I really like this. One thing I'm not a little happy with is how I taped it off. I definitely should have taped off all corners if I was going with that pattern. So now I think that maybe I should just trim it down a little bit more. Okay, now we are going to take our stamping folder, and this is the Misty. It will be linked down in the description box below as well. And we are going to take the Happy Father's Day stamp, and let's see, I want just a tiny little piece of cardstock, and here it is. We are going to use this one, and we are going to use our magnetic little tool here, and it just helps keep it in place. And then we are going to do Father's Day right there in the middle. Close up the folder, so now our stamp is on the window over here. Let me go ahead and zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so our stamp is right here. We are going to take our Versamark, and this is just basically like a clear ink. We are going to stamp over the Happy Father's Day, and then we are going to close the folder, press down, make sure it's good and coated on there. And I do want to stamp it another time, because it looks like we missed the happy at the top. So I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but I'm going to try and get it all in one stamp. Okay, let's go ahead and put the lid back on there. And that looks great. Let me go ahead and set this to the side. And I have just a random piece of scrap cardstock here. So what I'm going to do now is take some embossing powder, and this is in gold tinsel. Here it is up close. So I'm going to take this, and we are just going to sprinkle on some of this gold. So there's the Happy Father's Day. Oh, that came out really fast. And I'm just going to dab it off like this. We are going to go ahead and put up this gold glitter type of powder. Otherwise, it is going to be everywhere. Go ahead and put that lid back on. Now I'm going to take these hot hands. You can find these at Hobby Lobby, Amazon, pretty much any craft store. And then I'm going to take my heat tool, and we are just going to go over the top of it. And I'm actually going to zoom you guys in, that way that maybe y'all can see how it goes from the glitter to dry. Okay, so you could see that it's that chunky glitter. I'm going to turn on my heat tool, and let's watch the magic happen. Okay, so it went from the chunky glitter to now like a gold kind of foil look, and it's so pretty. I'm going to trim it down with my scissors. That much off. Maybe something like that. Okay, so we have our card base here. It is a top folding A2 size card. Our front card panel here with our sentiment here. And we will attach it with some foam dots. And we're just going to add maybe 4 to the back. That way that we get all those corners. And we'll just put one in the middle for good measure. Go ahead and peel off all of those backings. All right, now that those are off, we do want to add our sentiment to the middle. I thought maybe offsetting it, but since there's nothing else on the card, I think that we should just go in the middle, about like that. That looks great. And then I want to add on some foam strips to the back. I love adding dimension to a card. I think that it just looks really nice whenever you do that. Okay, so we'll put that one right there, one right there. One right there. And then usually I just put 3 strips, but that first strip that I cut was like way too long, so I'm just kind of piecing it together. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. But let's go ahead and take off all of these backings. And now we need to go ahead and put it on our card as center as possible. Oh my goodness, look how good that looks. This is actually like a very masculine card. I think that I do want to add maybe a few little gems to it. I think we're going to go with our tried and true and just do a couple dewdrops on here. To use this wax tip tool right here, and I'm just going to pick out a couple. Okay, so I think if we do 2 at the top, maybe 3 down here, that would look good. Take my precision tip glue bottle and just put a little dot of glue on there. And then we're going to put 3 dots down here, of course. Like that. Alright, and here is how our card turned out. It was so much fun collaborating with Jenny Lynn Handcrafted. She has so many collaborations coming up in the future that are in the works currently, so if you guys would just head on over to her channel, check her out. She has some amazing videos for card making, a bunch of Cricut tutorials, which I need to binge watch one day just because she explains everything so great. But I had so much fun making this card. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!